Okay, I'm back. All right. Let's do a little bit of Mechwarriors. This guy has mass. Can make him super fast, probably. 100 plus mass. 2, 1, 2. Survival. 26. There we go. peoples are still here.
Yeah, we're talking Drakthal lore right now.
Drakthal lore? Is it streamable?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's streamable. I'm just talking about it.
Oh, that means I gotta leave then? Because I'm streaming.
No. You can talk about it. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can stream it. It doesn't matter. But anyways, so while he was imprisoned and enslaved there with the High Elf that stole his grimoire, one of the peasants of the town was killed, and the corruption had already found him and stole the soul of the peasant to transform it into another being that actually started killing people. And then more people's souls were being stolen. And then eventually it was enough biomass that it turned into a dragon and really started destroying everything. And that's when he was able to get out of the prison cell.
This is Drakthal?
Yep.
I have no idea what's going on. What?
Yeah. Yeah, you came in way late. So I already told them I was telling them about why he hates high elves, and it continues that lore that I wrote in the chat earlier in like the last few weeks.
I see.
And eventually that high elf, she actually does capture him and takes the book away from him. So he doesn't have his warlock powers at all anymore. So he's just his fighter self. And he was trapped there for 3 years being tortured and shit. And it wasn't until a peasant in a nearby town was killed by her forces, because the corruption already found him. It just didn't have any dead bodies to reanimate to use its soul powers on. And eventually one peasant was killed for standing up for himself, and the corruption used that body to turn it into something else, and it started killing people. And eventually enough people died that it took the bodies together and created a dragon and started really destroying everything.
Yeah, so I am
Dragon?
I'm casual gaming. That's why I'm on here. Yeah. I like lore.
Yeah.
I'd love to learn it because obviously I can implement stuff for your character if you want.
But yeah, that's why in one of his stuff, when he had that skull saying Drakthal freaked out because he thought it was the corruption that found him again, and really bad shit was gonna start happening.
It might be amplified more around like death magic-y thingies. Maybe. You can use it that way.
Just know that the more dead bodies that are nearby that it can actually steal the souls from, the more mass it has, and it can actually create eldritch horrors and shit. If it has the soul of one already. And it does have a dragon soul.
I was doing a lot of lore on your patron, or trying to learn more about him. And it's kind of interesting. I have some ideas if you guys decide to go like a specific path with the planar stuff. Because it ties really well into one of the paths if you guys do that. Yeah. Let's just say there's some kind of like crazy evil entity out there that your patron would hate to have come back.
Reactor online. Sensors online.
Because then there's going to be in the abyss,
all systems nominal.
The demons fight over land, basically. Over territory. And they have different layers, and they're trying to conquer all the layers, basically.
Guys, heading out to Fox Line.
Sounds like real life.
Yeah. Kind of like a little inner war.
But yeah. So yeah, he eventually had to try to escape, so that's why he actually gained stealthy skills with his fighter, because he had to steal his book back. So he's a stealthy fighter. That's also why on his character he has 2 skimiters, even though all he does is Eldritch Blast, but he still has the 2 skimiters.
They might be useful at one point, maybe.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
That's pretty cool, though. You're trying to go deep with your character.
Trying to lock alpha. Hold it.
Target
Yeah, she
spotted.
knows flash
I like
right
doing
now.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Locking alpha. Firing on.
Fuel at
Thanks
25%.
for the
Target
drive
spotted.
off.
Incoming missile.
Target spotted.
Missile.
Pretty much that's
Locking
really
on
all
alpha.
it is,
Range,
because he's
locking back on alpha.
acquired.
most of his journey was really just running away from
Get him out of cover.
corruption. And then trying to
New
help
target
people,
Target
but
spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
the only people he tries to help deal by
Target spotted.
Acquired.
Target spotted.
New target.
So the
Target
Fuel
spotted.
25%. New target
Sorry, Dom.
acquired.
Target spotted.
so
Alpha's
Sam.
on alpha.
I don't
Target
remember.
Destroyed.
Alpha's dead. Alright, who's next?
what were you saying?
Target
spotted.
acquired.
Oh, I was gonna say, does that make you good aligned
New
then?
target acquired.
Target spotted.
It's just like
Firing on Bravo.
Target spotted.
Interesting.
so that's why I'm saying Gylix, Cyclix, if he looks at Dracula he would see like let's say evil was red and good was blue. He would see Dracula as red, perfect red evil.
Bad angle on the
Target
camera.
spotted.
It's very seeping with red.
Keep an eye out on the floor line. We don't want them getting behind
I
us.
wonder what would happen to Dracula if something happened to the boat.
They're coming behind us.
Oh,
Next
the
behind
book
us.
is destroyed. It just was
Target spotted.
powers. That's it.
New target
Yeah, but like,
acquired.
like he would be
Captured.
very distraught, right? And
Target spotted.
like, what do you?
He would be
Target
extremely
spotted.
distraught because he would feel way less safe.
Target spotted.
He'd
So
also
he-
feel like he failed his master.
Critical
Even though
damage.
his master tried to
Right
sacrifice him,
arm
his master took
destroyed.
care of him.
Base is being
So he
captured.
still feels that it's his responsibility to take care of him.
Target spotted.
Enemy base is being captured. New target acquired.
So he would be like super upset when he go like,
Fuel
Target
at
spotted.
when he go like
25%.
mad.
Mad,
Target destroyed.
but whoever
Base
destroyed it,
is
he
being
probably
captured.
Oh, bad
at least tried to.
New target acquired. Enemy base is being captured.
Target spotted.
Base
Target spotted.
25% captured. Base
Target
is
spotted.
being captured.
Locking kilo.
Alright, I think it's Mechwarrior and
Target destroyed.
everybody's bed
Target
New
now.
spotted.
target acquired.
Affirmative.
Our computer
Base
golf block.
80% captured. Base
Target
is being
spotted.
captured. MRM at 25%.
Say goodnight.
Your hours with
Base
Dracula.
is being captured. Fuel at 0%.
Target spotted.
Target
You doing
destroyed.
StarCraft now?
Left arm critical
Target spotted.
damage.
No, he's
Base
still in
is
2P.
being fuel at 0%.
Oh.
Enemy
Oh, he's
base
doing
is
two.
being captured.
No.
Target
Oh no,
spotted.
he's
New
doing
target acquired.
he's doing Mechwarrior.
Yeah, it's
Target
like
spotted,
loud
target
booms
spotted.
and explosions, so it's hard to hear a little bit when I'm in the game.
Base is being
Target
captured.
spotted.
Yeah, that's
Enemy
I heard a
base
little
is
bit.
being captured.
I didn't hear the question though.
Oh, I was wondering if you were playing StarCraft now or not.
Yeah. If I'm playing StarCraft, I wouldn't be
Target
Discord.
destroyed.
Well done, everybody.
Yeah, it takes too much focus.
Yeah.
Honestly, after watching like some stuff, I've actually been trying to learn how to do rushes, but I still just suck at doing rushes against AI, not even people. So, I still gotta get better at that.
Was there a question you asked?
Oh no, I was just wondering if you were
No.
gonna play StarCraft.
No.
Because usually after the sessions when I want to chill, I just watch StarCraft with you.
Gotcha.
Playing, so.
Yeah.
Okay, and then bedtime for real for me. But you guys keep chatting.
No more
Yeah.
lore talks?
Not for now. Not for now.
Okay.
I've already
Yeah, I
spoiled
think
a
I'm
lot.
disturbing sleep. Yeah.
All right, have a good night.
Night.
Good night. It's gotta be ways to win, even when the odds are against you.
Yeah, this campaign will be interesting. That you guys are playing. Yep. A little bit more instead of like straightforward dungeon. It's kind of like exploring.
And using Drakdal's charisma.
You made the right choices, by the way. When
Yeah.
you were alone with them.
Yeah, I figured. Because realistically, he's not aligned. Drakdal's not aligned with the pirate guy. He's just looking for his best options. So being honest and saying looking for a job, blah blah blah, you know.
Yep. There be
Not only that, he
power
knew that there'd
struggles.
be a lot of gold.
Yeah, if you
He also knew
guys,
there'd be a lot of gold online, so Sam definitely would want that for their character.
if you guys go back without like some kind of like evidence, right? The pirate guys might find it suspicious. As an example.
I mean, we could always just use invisibility and just walk on our own anyways.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I find that kind of weird about like after playing Baldur's Gate, it just feels kind of weird using invisibility because it feels like anywhere you would use invisibility in Baldur's Gate 3, there was always like the observer eye there a lot of times. And then there was also the timer was really bad too. Because you had to make everything into turn-based mode and it just gets annoying.
Oh yeah. I thought it's an hour long though, isn't it?
That's in high levels, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Higher levels it
That's
does.
right. Yeah.
In the beginning, it's like only 5 minutes.
Let me see.
Or something like that. I can't remember. Or maybe it was lesser invisibility you get in the 3 and it's really short. I can't remember now.
No, it's exactly 1 hour. You can just target more than one person at higher levels.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, for that one. Okay, yeah.
It might be different in the game.
Yeah, I think
All
it is different
systems
because it's really
nominal.
short. Or it feels really short in real time.
Yep.
In Baldur's Gate 3.
They probably made it a minute in the game, which is the 10 turns. Yeah, it's way different. Well, it's not like way different, but it's different sometimes. The spells and stuff in actual D&D with the rules.
Yep.
Affirmative.
This would be about-
It's kind of
But
sad. I just don't use
EG3
invisibility
just
much.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like invisibility is just perfect for warlocks because it's just you just do a short rest, you get your spells back, so you always just have that invisibility easily. You know, compared to a sorcerer or a wizard, and you have to do a long rest in order to get your spell
Spotted.
slots back. So you have certain levels of spell slots. So it's a level 2 spell. Do you want to waste your level 2 spells on it? You know, it's that whole thing of
Target
do you
acquired.
waste
Spotted.
or no. And as a warlock,
Affirmative.
I'm ready and able to because all I need to do is one short rest.
Target spotted.
You gotta give the team utility, you know.
Target spotted.
Acquired.
Need assistance. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Pain in the ass.
What is?
Had a little guy on me, but my
Target
team didn't
spotted.
shoot him. Right in the
Target
middle of
spotted.
everything.
Like big team games, it's always hard to know, like when your ally needs help or not, because you're always like, oh, there's like 5
Target
people
spotted.
there. I'm
Target
sure one
acquired.
of them will help, but then no one does.
Yep.
Target spotted.
Welcome back.
Especially this one. I don't know, man.
The map awareness.
Target acquired.
Map awareness is really hard in D&D.
Are you sure? Oh, well, I'm just really good with map
Target
awareness.
spotted.
New target acquired.
Lucky you.
But I
Target
guess
spotted.
it'd be really hard for a lot of people.
New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired.
I'm just,
It's
Target
funny
spotted.
because I do have spatial awareness, but map awareness is something very different that I
Target
think is
spotted.
very specific.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Where's there with that?
I don't know,
Target
you're the
spotted.
DM, bro. What do you think? You think Dracula's map awareness is way too good?
It's pretty good. You got high perception.
Target spotted.
25%.
Target spotted.
Do not let the enemy keep it up.
Yeah. Well, someone needs to. Drakthal obviously doesn't. He
Target
keeps staring at
spotted.
the damn
Acquired.
ground.
Target destroyed. New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
Roll perception. Oh god, what is he staring at today?
New
Target
target.
You
spotted.
just
I
keep
don't
rolling
know.
low, even though you have good stats.
Target
He
destroyed.
has +0 for perception.
Oh, he
Target
does?
spotted.
What does he
Yeah.
have
New
good at?
target acquired.
He has good in all.
Oh, deception?
Target spotted.
Deception.
That's probably why.
His perception is -0. His wisdom is a 10.
Target
His
spotted.
intelligence is a
Acquired.
8. So
Target spotted.
he's good in a lot of things.
Target
But I
spotted.
made sure to give him like history and investigation and religion and stuff just to have, even though they would have been -1. But other than that, he has pretty good stuff
Target
overall. It's
spotted.
just
Affirmative.
his wisdom stuff is just
New target acquired.
Be assistant.
Destroyed.
That's funny though, because he's so effective otherwise, especially in deception. Mm-hmm.
and intimidation. This bust. You see this?
Also,
This is gonna be you in 3 seconds if you don't bring my friend back out here.
How come you couldn't intimidate that one guy with a 28?
Probably because he was like a level 18 or 20, and he just probably likes murder. Some people just don't feel fear until death is at their door, not away from their door. Like that Abishai. He learned real quick.
You gotta check him sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Dracula really does not like people like that. A lot of times.
Well, my character doesn't either, and I think that's where our characters get along.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's been betrayed by people, so she's just out for herself, quite frankly. I feel like I kind of wanted to play her more evil than I really am. I'm ending back into kind of a neutral position with her, as I did with Aisling. But
Was Aislinn evil, or tried to be early on?
No, Aisling was always neutral, whereas Dawn, I actually wanted to try to be evil with her initially, and I haven't really been that evil with her. I'm just like, do I want to be maniacal evil and just blow everything up and not be a part of the storyline? Like, where's that line exactly, right? Like, between evil and still staying in the party line.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You can
That's
still.
where I-
This is where I was like talking about it. You can still do things, right? And you can still benefit from like a party, as an example. But if you ever find yourself alone with somebody, you could like do something your party might not even know. You know. So they
I feel
they
like
kind
the
of have to
last-
roleplay that way.
I feel like I did try to do that, and then I got attacked by this giant brain thing that I ended up having to slice in half.
you just got unlucky. It just happened to be a brain thing.
That didn't work out.
Intellect devour.
But like, imagine you see someone who's like rich or something at the inn or whatever, you know, and you can try to woo them with like your charm, and you like take them to a room by yourself, and you're just like, all right, now you're gonna give me all your gold, or I'm gonna slit your throat. You know what I mean? That's like chaotic evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
you
here's
don't
the
have
thing.
to kill them either to be chaotic evil. It's basically you're doing what you are getting as a character, and you'll do anything to do it, right? That's basically kind of how it is.
Yeah, but the only thing is that would work a lot better with Aisling. Aisling had super high charisma, so she was super fun to play in that way. Whereas Dawn's more brute force. She's just very stoic to the point, and then just gonna cut you off.
Whether you let it be or not.
I haven't played since MRMs were around. What's like the meta though? Just like medium range?
I don't know. I don't know how to play it just right yet. I'm thinking about it. Just thinking out loud.
Weapons online.
Yeah, it's
The ideal
All systems.
the alignments are based off of
300
neutral is like, hey, I don't care if it's lawful or not. Then lawful is like, I'm sure they have things online where they can kind of tell you as well, like how certain characters act based on alignment. And I notice a lot of people in 5e don't really use alignment as much anymore. However, a lot of the spells still have alignment abilities though, so you kind of have to need it. You know, kind of like cyclics of spells, right?
I got the
How he can see good and evil, as an example. And you're gonna find that in the main world, like the alignments don't matter too much, but in planar worlds, they do. Like certain worlds are like purely just only a certain alignment. So like the Abyss is like only chaotic evil, almost. The
And you know what's funny? It actually
like Sigil is like all lawful good. You know what I mean? So if you're that particular alignment, you'll probably get along with certain things.
Yeah, I got that, but I don't know. I feel like I want to pivot it in a way that makes
He's
sense.
gonna be our
Um,
player though, right?
And I realize we just came from fucking hell. Like, yeah, I know. There are certain planes that are for just evil, but I don't know. I guess it's just hard as a human who isn't evil to play evil, despite wanting to play evil and realizing that Dungeons and Dragons and it actually rewards it.
Yeah, a lot of people have a hard time playing evil as well because of morals.
There's a mech, Hotel 7 towards India 6.
Target
But
acquired.
that's where we know it's just a game, right? I try to act out like it's in the movies and whatnot. You know.
Well,
New
yeah,
target
I do
acquired.
too.
Target
But
acquired.
I don't know. Yes.
Yeah, you found out we saw him.
You know what you know, one of the things I never really understood is, you know, Saravok, Murloc from Baldur's Gate, Saravok.
Yeah.
In Baldur's Gate 1, he was like a political figure,
Alright, there's a ton.
but he was chaotic evil.
New target acquired.
That makes way too much sense, to be honest.
New target acquired.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense, but most of the time you find lawful evil characters in those roles instead of chaotic. But you'll notice that he like puts up a fake face in front of everybody. But then as soon as he gets like you alone, like a ball spawn or something, he will instantly kill you. You know what I mean?
New
Like as an
target
example.
acquired.
Push it until 6.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it was
Acquired.
in with him. So you can still put on an act, right? And still be very charismatic. But then in the background, you're really this like chaotic evil dude. You know what I mean?
Target
When they don't
acquired.
really, when nobody really realizes it.
New target acquired.
Coming in.
Banshee on the right side.
Like a serial killer.
New target
Or
acquired.
or a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Level critical.
And that's the fault.
I'll think about it. Yeah.
Closing in.
Push him in.
I might end up
Sometimes
being
you guys
more
gotta worry.
neutral.
What am I gonna
Light torso.
I am gonna worry what you're gonna do. I've been watching you.
do? What am I bad?
I did nothing that's so bad per se, but if you and I are getting along, I don't know.
What'd you say?
I said if he and I are getting along, then I don't know. I feel like we have the same sort of, maybe not evil alignment, but pretty close to it.
You gonna play a romance?
No.
No.
No. I'd love to see a romance in one of my fucking campaigns. I'm gonna be honest. If I ever become a player, I'm okay with a romance because I know how to roleplay. It seems like nobody ever wants to do it though. It's like everybody's embarrassed.
Well, I for one
Yeah.
am. Just look at what she's wearing. She's just asking to be absorbed. Freaking Team 4-star reference.
No.
Like the whole
I think
thing with the succubus is like, hey, the succubus wants to talk to you. Turns invisible. What the fuck?
yeah, no, I just feel like I kind of enjoy that it doesn't have that. I feel like all stories have to land with romance. I'm kind of glad that our story has been more like humor and just gaming and whatever.
Yep.
Our
So,
characters
however you
actually
wanna do it.
trying to care about their teammates.
Yeah.
I'm too bad.
Or we gotta save Justina from everything, like all these crazy spirits that are just trying to kill her, but you know that's not gonna happen anymore. It's okay. I don't know. I just feel like this campaign has been pretty like nonsensical, but in a humorous and enjoyable way.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
How do you enjoying it?
I'm always there to be the comic relief when y'all need it most. And then I vanished.
Madrea and John too.
Mhm.
They're so just nonsensical, but they're able to go with the flow. It gets a little annoying sometimes.
Hmm.
Feels like Mechwarrior and Cyclics are just grunts. All right, we're ready to. We're here. I want to see them do a little more roleplay.
I know. The
Yeah.
most roleplay that Mechwarrior has ever done was eating a rotten fish.
I'm going to be doing something very funny.
The
You can't
Raven.
stop me.
She got so excited with that Raven though.
Uh-oh. And then how much has happened?
Nothing. I had to remind her she had one today.
Yes.
Exactly.
I need to
Yeah.
split you guys up and get
Like
those
an
two to
asshole,
start
Max.
making
Watch
their own
this.
decisions and see how it goes.
What are you gonna go left?
I mean, you had the perfect chance today. We already separated on our own journey.
And it did.
You
It
just
didn't
needed to
happen.
get rid of Cedric. That's all, and then it would have happened. I feel like
Maybe we should have had Cedric come with us.
well,
Reactor
I think that
online.
had
Okay,
that
next time we'll
happened,
try this.
Sensors online.
probably
Weapons online.
Cyclics would stand next to a door and Mechwarrior might curl up in a corner.
Honestly, I could totally see that happening.
I know,
Like
right?
they're in the. What do you guys do? Can I get more food? Yes. What do you guys ate? What are you doing now? Can I get more food? No, you can't get more food. What are you doing now?
Affirmative.
I like it. It's
What
fun.
you wanted. This heavy breathing ensues.
I mean, not to say that I wasn't kind of a zombie in the beginning. I was. I feel like you would be able to attest to that, Russ.
Yeah,
Was
I think everybody is in the beginning. when they
Yeah,
first
I
start.
don't think I was. I feel like I
Yeah,
was.
sure.
yeah. You and John probably weren't. I was a zombie in the beginning. I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually doing this. Jesus Christ.
I just walked in and started blasting that
Airstrike
mechanical
online.
spider.
yeah.
Target spotted.
See, you've been playing video games. I'm like, oh my god, I'm playing a video game. Who brought me where? It's like I've done programming, I've done a lot of nerdy shit, but I'm not a
Target
gamer,
acquired.
so
Target spotted.
all this is kind of new for me, to be honest.
New target
You got more than I
acquired.
expected.
Target spotted.
Even though, like, I really started about 2 years ago with the original campaign, I'm still, like, really figuring out this mechanics.
Charlie is tagged there.
Yeah,
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
who does talk? Did talk the most since
New
we had
target
Grave Giant?
acquired.
Was it me and was it me or was it Two Ben? I feel like it could be Two Ben.
Too bad. Yeah. It's between the two of you. And then I try to step in and be a character when I can. If Ruff's not talking. Yeah.
New target acquired. Level critical.
Trying to be the bold female character that says something hopefully worthwhile, or
New
at
target
least
acquired.
Target spotted.
I feel like I did okay.
Did fine. Draco really didn't want Christina.
New target acquired.
No.
He doesn't
Even though she was
want his
out,
party members to die.
I did remember her backstory. I was like, wow, he really doesn't want her to die after her being an elf and all that bitching about her being a high elf.
Target spotted.
Airstrike
How so?
activated.
He's a good person. He still
Need
sees
assistance.
them as a friend.
Target spotted.
He doesn't see everyone as evil.
Well, she's not. She was probably the one character who definitely isn't. Which is funny.
Enemy base is being
She's
captured.
just really snotty, but she's not evil.
New target acquired.
Need assistance.
Target
At the
destroyed.
beginning, it was
New
like,
target acquired.
but then after a while, it's like, okay, they're not that bad.
Target
That's good.
spot. Target spotted.
That's funny because I always thought Draxol was kind of evil,
For you.
but I guess she's not, huh?
No, the book is, which is like,
Spotted.
Level critical.
Draco was like,
Target destroyed.
Yeah, they have a battle master just sitting not based, so I'm gonna come
New
back.
target acquired.
It's in battle that I am the
New
one
target
controlling.
acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
So are you the evil or are you the good?
New target
evil.
acquired.
Okay.
New target
Why are
acquired.
you evil?
Heat
Because
level
I'm
critical.
patron.
Target destroyed.
Here's next,
Override
bring him my way,
shut
and
down.
I'll double team with you.
Heat sink destroyed.
Because you're patient?
No, I'm the
Override
patron of
engaged.
the book.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
His grimoire.
Oh,
I'm
he
the
had XL.
patron of his grimoire.
Target spotted.
Did you use Buckthumb?
I mean, you as a person, are you good, are you evil, or are you neutral
In real life.
Target acquired.
in real life?
Oh, I'd say chaotic neutral.
Say neutral.
I've changed over time. I used to be like lawful good.
Hmm.
Now I'm chaotic good, in my opinion.
I'd agree with that comment you made the other day
What comment?
about the LA protest. That was pretty chaotic.
That's why I said chaotic good. I just don't care as much. But I'll still try to do the right thing.
Yeah, it's a little chaotic.
Why? What did you say?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I would have run her over too.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty,
Yeah.
pretty chaotic.
That's what I
in
said.
that definition.
The difference is, I would back up.
Damn. I don't know. It's like you're causing like super issues, right? By blocking everything, and which screws up society. And it's like there's laws in place, and most people will try to get out and like be like, move, you know, and start arguing with them. But I'd be like nudging up, let go, let go, let go. Okay, let me out. You know, I think it's me just getting older or something. I don't know.
That's the thing. It's just really, it doesn't help when you piss everyone off. Honestly, if you piss everyone off, they're just gonna spite you and go the opposite, anyways.
Well, it was crazy to me because if you watch the beginning of that video, the driver was actually trying to like nudge and weave out of the way, and then this white lady just like slammed herself in the middle of an ICE protest on a car. And even the person next to her was like trying to drag her out of the way. And by this point, this person was so frustrated, which was not a good move, don't get me wrong, but and flash forward, but you could see initially their intention was actually not to slam through this person.
Yeah, I think the past 4 years, people are just fed up with it. So they're just like, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with these people or convince them. I'm just gonna run them over now and get to where I need to be.
Yeah, because you're
You know.
also not supposed to be obstructing traffic like that to begin with, you know?
Yeah,
Because
it's
just-
against the
it
law
really
to do
is
that.
just not,
But
it's not
nobody
just that it's against the law, it's
enforces
also
the
just
law,
people
though.
are just not fair to
It's-
do that.
It's kind of like the justice system as well.
Reactor
Like what
online.
the stuff I had to go through.
Sensors
It was so
online.
biased toward men,
Weapons
even though I was doing the
online.
right thing. That now it's just like I don't even care
All
anymore.
systems
Sometimes
nominal.
with certain things.
Command to all warriors
Like-
on the surface.
I don't know. It's just you gotta understand that humans are there,
Show no
and they can use power for either good or evil, and then how to execute that power And most people don't know how to use that power nowadays, I've noticed. And they either use it for their own selfish gain, or they don't execute the power because they feel bad about somebody. And so at this point, I noticed that things are actually becoming a little bit more chaotic instead of lawful, right?
Yes.
In the country.
Yeah. I don't think it's just.
And so it's the same. It's the same thing with me. I'll keep my morals and I'll continue to do the right thing, but no force of power is going to tell me what to do either.
At 25%.
You know, because I don't believe in the things that they say unless they align with my beliefs.
Acquired.
Now, that is.
Target spotted.
Like for me, it's just more about fairness.
At 25%.
That's
Target
most
spotted.
that I really care about, is just fairness.
Warning incoming.
I mean,
As long as
I
you don't
just
fuck
felt
with me,
like
I don't care. That's just how
I
Target
I
acquired.
just feel like I'm that person that wants to dig to the bottom of everything
Target spotted.
to the point of crazy. I want to know like the how and the why of everything to the point where I've gotten in arguments with my coworkers recently because they thought I was questioning their judgment simply because I wanted to get their side of the story and then get the client's side of the story. But that's just how I am. But in the same way, when I see like that video where I feel very half-half about it. Like I don't think I personally think that the person in the car should have called 911 at that point and told them that I'm being falsely imprisoned in my car and done it the legal way. That's my feeling about it. I don't think that you know, I think at some point, like, I get the protest, but it's really frustrating when it's getting in the way of people going to work and trying to do what they need to do. That's not a helpful way to protest. I think we also, in the same respect, need to take that in mind.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's like. It's not just against the law. It's just not fair.
New target
Like
acquired.
the reason
Exit
people are in those cars is because they have to go somewhere. You know, what if someone's trying to go to their like kid or something to pick them up from school, and you're just obstructing them, and now their kid's just sitting there waiting. You know,
New target
it's
acquired.
just like
Or see their crying grandfather, that their grandfather's gonna die in like 5 minutes, you know. There could be any number of reasons, but even the most minute reasons are enough reason that that's kind of not okay, right? I think we need to think of better ways to protest. I think that I'm a big proponent of anonymous. I'm a big proponent of
Warning incoming missile.
like
Target spotted.
scam baiting.
New target acquired.
I think there are ways to protest what's going on without harming people.
there's always been ways to do it.
Target spotted.
We're half down.
The only
Don't
problem
let
is
the hostile take down
before
any
they're
more
able to have their voice heard, they
New
have to
target
obstruct
acquired.
everyone else's rights in some way to be seen.
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Which honestly is not really the right way to do it, because if you do it the wrong way, you have to act like it's
Fuel at 25%. New target acquired. Right arm critical damage.
like
And then we
one person is killed, and that's all the protest is now.
But it ends up on both sides. It's ridiculous how, like, there's been deaths on both sides, but
New target
each side is so segregated that they're, like, not even aware that there's been deaths on both sides.
Thank you for the resub, Miriani. Chill night.
Makes me wonder for the future.
New target acquired. Gateful destroyed.
This is why the top two.
Destroyed. Next target. Command. Respond.
This is why I listen to talk shows about aliens. Beam me up snotty, please. Get me out of here.
Hey, at least it's better than listening to flat earthers.
Yeah.
Here's my proof that the earth is flat, because I said so.
I feel like, did you see Josh Johnson's sketch about being a flat earther when he was like 12 or 5 or something? I was like, okay, but I feel like that's normal.
I just love the one of the dumbest things. Why do you guys say the world is round? Just because everything around us is round. You serious?
Just go on an airplane.
Airplanes aren't real. Look at the moon, it's round. Look at the sun, it's
If
round.
you-
Look at Venus, it's round.
If you're in
Why
a
would
certain
Earth be the only flat thing in the entire universe?
Yeah. If you're at a certain distance in the air, and I've noticed this because I've flown a lot, you actually can see the curve in the distance.
Yeah.
With the Earth.
You know what's also cool? You don't even need an airplane to do that. If you actually are at a pier and you see a boat go off into the water and it has a high sail, you can literally watch it with a telescope as it goes over the horizon and you'll see its thing up. It's actually really fucking cool.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you don't even need to be high up in order to know that. It's literally that simple.
How did they explain gravity with flatness?
There's no such thing,
Yeah.
basically.
I'm just trying to.
They use pressure, quote unquote.
I'm trying to find out the logic behind it, but there really isn't any.
There is no logic whatsoever. Like the idea that there's an ice wall and there's the reason it's a secret is because there's more land behind the ice wall.
Mhm.
And it's like, dude, are you fucking stupid? Why would they keep that a secret? They would easily tell everyone about it because more land means more population, which means more resources, which means more money. They wouldn't hide it for any reason whatsoever because they would make money off of it. My god. My favorite is also Antarctica doesn't exist, which is fucking hilarious.
Have you looked at YouTube's at the North Pole?
Oh my god.
I actually
'Cause
haven't.
I have. You should. It's
It's
a trip.
it's just sunny forever, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like 12 hours of darkness and cold and all this, but it's just so fascinating from like a scientific, like, if you ever wanted to know what it was like to be a marine biologist or, you know, something of that line, it's just a really good eye-opener into what that job would really look like on a day-to-day basis. I don't know. I found it fascinating.
So the interesting thing is, so there are points on the poles because of the tilt of the Earth and the rotation and the orbit. There's actually places that can have 24 hours of night or 24 hours of light, depending on the years.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can see that, depending on the tilt. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating stuff to think about.
Mm-hmm. This all the stuff that's so much bigger than us out there is just so awesome to look at and learn. And it makes it sad that we'll never be able to see these things. Like I remember one. So I think in like the 1300s, there was a supernova, and the supernova lit the sky for like 3 days. And in the sky, you would just see all these beautiful rainbow colors.
Reactor
for
online.
3 days straight with light.
Sensors
There was no
online.
night.
Weapons
Wait,
online.
a supernova from like a galaxy
All
super
systems
far away?
Nominal.
Like a star far away from us in our solar system. Yeah,
Well,
this was the last.
The only star in our
It's really
solar
awesome.
system is the sun.
Obviously, we can't.
So you mean like
if there's-
outside of it?
Yeah, so here's the thing. If there is a supernova within 100 light years of Earth, the radiation from it will actually destroy the ozone and kill us all. Luckily, there are no stars that can supernova within that distance. So we never have to worry about that. Yeah. Oh,
Luckily,
wait, it wasn't
we're
100, it was
basically the
1,000.
hellbelly.
Sorry. 1,000 light years. Sorry.
We are the hillbillies of the Milky Way.
But yeah, so in like I believe it was the 1300s or the 300s, everyone noted that the sky was
Target
still
spotted.
bright even during the night, and it was because it was a supernova that happened from a star far away that finally
Target
reached the
spotted.
Earth, and it lit the sky for 3 days,
So
showing a bunch of rainbow
Target
patterns and
spotted.
stuff in the sky.
if I'm not mistaken, it's proven that there
Target
are
spotted.
organisms, right, out there because of like the little moons and shit with the rivers and ice and all that. Do you think there's
Target spotted.
intelligent life
Target
out there,
acquired.
like humans?
Will there be intelligent life out there somewhere in the cosmos?
Mhm.
Somewhere.
Absolutely.
Does it have to be in the Milky Way? It could be. It could not
Target
be.
spotted.
It could be in the Andromeda galaxy. It could be
Target
in another
spotted.
galaxy. You know,
New target
the chances
acquired.
of there being life in the most perfect,
Target spotted.
perfect circumstances
New target
Target spotted.
is
acquired.
extremely
Target
low. But there are
spotted.
trillions upon trillions of galaxies out there.
Mhm.
You know,
Target
so there
spotted.
is life out there somewhere. You know,
Yep.
New
Target
target
spotted.
it's
How
just
about under the
will we ever
sea?
meet them? Probably not.
Under the sea.
Target spotted.
Under
Target
the
spotted.
sea. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Okay.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Warning, incoming missile.
I can't believe how vast the sea
Target
is,
spotted.
and we have not
Target
even
spotted.
discovered 80% of it. That's such a huge
New
Target
percentage.
spotted.
Acquired.
Target spotted.
And that it covers such a huge percentage of the world.
New
Yes, hello,
Target
my kitty.
spotted.
Yep.
Now imagine there's a
Incoming
planet
missile.
out there that's like a little
Target
bit bigger
spotted.
than Earth. That's quite a bit bigger than Earth, and it has like 10% of its
target
mass
acquired.
is water, and the water and pressure is so great that
Target
deep
acquired.
down there's actually a version of
Target
ice called
spotted.
Ice 7, which isn't like ice here. It wouldn't be cold. It would actually be room temperature ice, which is actually really freaking cool.
That's interesting.
That's wild.
How does that work? Is it a kind of liquid
So
compound?
basically, based on pressure, you
target
get
acquired.
different
Target
levels and forms of ice. So there's like up to
Target
like ice
acquired.
13,
Target spotted.
and
New
because of
target.
pressure creating ice, depending on what the pressure is, it changes what
Target
New
temperature it
spotted.
needs
target
to be
acquired.
for it to
Target
stay in that.
spotted.
Warning,
Target
incoming
spotted.
missile.
That's
So,
cool.
It's so the water
Target spotted.
on the planet is over 1,000 kilometers
spotted.
deep,
Warning,
basically.
incoming missile.
and that's
Left
how it
corset,
has enough
left
pressure to
arm
make ice
destroyed.
7.
SRM
Target
That's
spotted.
a
destroyed.
lot of fucking
Heat sink destroyed.
Target spotted.
Right
Data
arm.
system.
My cat thinks there might be a lot of fish
Right
there
arm
too.
Target
destroyed.
spotted.
Yeah, there's
Center
even
torso,
say there could be a
critical
bunch of
damage.
fish creatures on that planet. You never know.
lots of fishy types of tuna that she's never tasted before.
There's a lot of cool things. Like a lot of star systems have binary stars. Ours was supposed to be a binary star system too. It's just that Jupiter never became one.
What'd you say about
Serious.
Jupiter?
Oh,
Serious.
yeah. So a lot of star systems are supposed to be binary star systems. Ours never became one because Jupiter didn't get enough mass to become a yellow star. Basically, it just ended up as a brown dwarf.
A brown dwarf?
Yeah.
What's
Okay,
brown
I didn't
dwarf?
know that about Jupiter. That's wild. Okay.
So a brown dwarf is basically a failed star.
Really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that Jupiter was a brown dwarf. What?
Mm-hmm.
It is made of gas. It makes sense when you tell me.
Yeah, it does make total perfect sense now that you say it.
So Jupiter was supposed to be the second star of our solar system, but there wasn't enough mass. Even if all the mass other than the sun went into Jupiter, it still wouldn't have enough to turn and create nuclear fusion.
But most solar systems are duo.
Yes.
Why is that?
I think it has to do with singularities, where like because mass comes together over time, it always forms into two in its main sequences. So eventually it will make two stars in most circumstances if there's enough dust in the galactic cloud.
So it's saying Jupiter is not one, but it was close to becoming one.
Yeah.
It just lacks the nuclear fusion reactions that define stars and brown dwarfs.
Yeah.
But it has a shit ton of gas, so okay.
Yeah, it needs more weight and more mass because the mass is what creates pressure. The pressure is what ignites nuclear fusion. That's why the sun is the way it is, because the corona of it is basically all the power going out, and the crushing power inside is what's igniting the basically the nuclear fusion engine, and it just fights against each other to keep its shape. That's why when it runs out of hydrogen and goes into its super red giant form, not super red giant, into its red giant form, that's basically it losing the battle, because now it's losing its fuel, and then it burns out, and then it just turns into a white dwarf after.
Aren't white dwarfs the beginning of stars?
No, they're the end.
They're the end?
Basically, they turn into a white, after it crushes down from a red giant, it becomes a white dwarf, and it stays that way for 10 billion or 10 trillion years. I forgot which. I think it's 10 billion years. And then it will become a black dwarf with no light.
I'm actually gonna try to see if I can look at it. It's pretty interesting. I haven't learned this stuff in a long time since science in high school.
Well,
Yeah.
You're right.
I was looking at what we are. So we're yellow.
We're a yellow
and then
main
it's
sequence star.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, and then it's red, and then it's white. But what I was trying to think
White
about
is the brightest, which means it's the hottest, and it will burn out millions of times quicker than the yellow star will.
So we're considered a main sequence star.
Yes.
right.
Okay.
But what I was
It
thinking
stays
about
that way until it becomes a red giant. when it becomes a red giant, that means it's nearing its death, and then it'll become a white dwarf.
Or it'll go
But what
supernova.
about
No, supernovas can't happen. It's too small.
I'm looking at the thingy. It says it'll either be after the red giant, it can go supernova, or it can go white dwarf and then black dwarf and then burn out, basically.
Yeah, for it to supernova, it has to become a super red giant. In order for it to super red giant, it has to be 1,000 times bigger than our current star is.
Ah,
Target
so it
acquired.
depends
Our
on the
star
mass of the
New
star.
target acquired.
Yes, if it's supernovas, it will create one of two
Target
things
acquired.
if it ever supernovas. A neutron
Target
star
spotted.
or a black hole. Those are the only two options.
Target spotted.
A neutron star is basically one of the most extreme objects in the cosmos.
Target acquired.
It's literally so dense and its gravity is so
Target
powerful
acquired.
that protons and electrons are fusing into neutrons.
New
And
target
that's
acquired.
being compacted
Target
even
acquired.
further to the point where I
Target
believe like a
destroyed.
teaspoon of it, a teaspoon of neutron star weighs more than Mount Everest.
Target
Basically.
spotted.
Target acquired.
I'm not sure how that's physically possible, but that's interesting. What I was thinking about
Target acquired. New target
is
acquired.
actually getting down to the nitty gritty of the geology, thinking about our core, our upper core, and this biosphere,
Target spotted.
and
Target
how that
spotted.
formed. We're just like a molten fucking dot with a rock core and a bunch of fucking mold growing on top of it,
Yes.
floating through the universe.
Target spotted.
Venus at
Target
one
spotted.
point might have looked like Earth when the sun was really young.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
The problem is
Target
that
spotted.
Venus had a greenhouse gas outburst that completely consumed it, and now it became hell, basically. I think scientists still don't know what did it, but something happened in Venus's life that changed it into a greenhouse gas effect that destroyed everything on it, basically.
New target acquired.
And same thing with Mars. It feels like Mars also has this very odd, I forget, but it's like it has ice. And then
the problem with Mars is too small to have a to
New
hold its
target
atmosphere.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
there was some talk about there being some sort of, at least, biological life form on Mars, though,
Affirmative.
because of there being water.
Yeah, there could be like
Target
regular
spotted.
like single cell organisms on there somewhere. Probably underground in the underwater lakes that they have. The problem is there'll never be life on the surface
Target acquired.
because it can't have an atmosphere. And you need an atmosphere to
New
make sure that it
target
can
acquired.
actually have good temperatures as well as a life cycle for organisms to exist to become multicellular.
Target destroyed.
I wonder about that.
New target acquired.
Data system.
Is that only our just current science and current assumption?
Target spotted.
Yeah, the problem with that is because we are the only example of multicellular organisms on a planet.
Right.
And that's the sad part. Like everywhere else doesn't have anywhere near as non-extreme, either temperature, cold, no
Right,
or
oxygen,
hot.
or
Right.
atmosphere or anything. Like, it's
Yes.
interesting. Like for Mars literally has no atmosphere. That means that every gas it has literally just leaves
Target spotted.
Where's the Goldilocks?
Target
New
spotted.
target
And even
acquired.
scarier was the Goldilocks zone
Target
exists,
acquired.
but it always moved. That's the same
Destroyed.
It moves.
Yes. So at one point, Venus was the one in the
Target destroyed.
and it probably didn't have life and everything.
New target
Maybe.
acquired.
If it lived long enough before the greenhouse effect kicked in on it, basically.
New target acquired.
And that's what makes like the universe's history so interesting.
New
Because you
target
know that these things
destroyed. Right torso
because
destroyed.
Venus is literally
Center
Earth's
torso critical damage.
sister.
Affirmative.
Like they're just so similar. One is just closer to the sun, and it had a chance at life, and something
Need
happened
assistance.
that caused the
Affirmative.
greenhouse effect
Target
to go
spotted.
crazy. And
Target
we
acquired.
will
Left
never
arm
know
critical
if it
damage.
happened after it
New
lost
target
the
acquired.
zone. Or could have been that something that lived there created the greenhouse
Need
effect,
assistance.
you know?
Target spotted.
And that's a scary thought.
That's originally what we thought of Mars. But yeah, it still is a scary thought.
Heat level critical. Artillery.
Ruff, did we put you to sleep?
No, I was just focusing on the game. I think we're gonna win that one. Alright. I was wondering why my team wasn't helping me, and they all have one weapon left, even though we outnumber them.
Mm-hmm.
No, I find all that stuff, like, really fascinating.
It really is.
I used to watch a lot of that, I don't know, National Geographic stuff growing up.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of the cosmos has some of the coolest things out there. Like I used to always love the idea of seeing a supernova when I was younger. But then I found out there's actually a thing called a kilonova. And that actually might literally be where all of the bigger elements comes from.
Supernova? Maybe I'll take a supernova in this game. Alright, I'm taking a supernova.
Super Macho Nova! I always think
That's
of
an
the
assault
new
mech.
song.
So RuFF, do you know what element is the highest element that can be made from nuclear fusion?
Nope.
Iron.
Hmm.
Believe it or not.
Interesting.
Iron is the highest
Iron?
element that can be made in nuclear fusion. And when it gets to that point,
I always, did you know you have the taste of iron in blood? I always complain about that sometimes too. When I run out of water, like bottled water, people like make fun of me. They're like, "Why aren't you just drinking the tap water?" Well, it really depends on where you're at. I used to grow up like drinking out of hoses and stuff, like playing outside and all that. But where I'm currently at, like when I taste the water, I can taste the iron in it. And you know you're a water drinker when you can tell the difference between the drinking of water. You know what I mean? I didn't become a water drinker until about like 5 years ago. As sad as that is. I was pretty unhealthy prior to that.
So all
Same.
the elements higher than iron is all created through supernovas and kilonovas, which is pretty fucking awesome to be honest.
What's a kilonova?
A kilonova is when two neutron stars slam into each other.
How do you do that?
land
With the
in
gravity.
something.
Their gravity is literally that strong. Actually, here.
Kill
Here.
Nova. Oops.
Oh, that's happy. Yeah. This is what I listen to all day when no one's around. You hear how fussy this is?
The kitty?
Yep. Got you now. She literally wants me to just like grab her, put her in my lap, and just like pay 1000% attention to her and pet her. Anything less, she's upset. She just agrees.
So if you didn't know,
Online.
in the campaign,
Sensors online.
Thayans
Weapons
and
online.
Zentrum are really close to each
All
other.
systems nominal.
Command to all warriors on the surface.
And
Task is to wipe away all hostiles.
That picture with Fazul in it, the one that looks like metal, with all the Draco liches, should give a little hint.
I had actually started diving a little more into the lore today while we were doing a game, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize that their Patreon was already pretty evil.
Yeah, we should all stick together.
Yes, the Zentrum are mostly like evil and neutral
You streaming?
most of the time.
Scout
Oh, yeah.
here.
I got
Yeah.
Here.
Discord earlier.
But when I was reading the article, it like seemed more evil. The way I sort of initially read it was more neutral.
Not familiar with this game.
So,
Well, he's in my comment.
I'm trying to think if I should get into the background now or later, because I don't want to do spoilers.
I'm the weak man of the game, so...
Because I could use that information in the campaign.
Target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Just know one very important thing. The Zentrum like you if you're willing to get the job done. And they will reward you handsomely for it.
New target
That's
acquired.
what I figured. A little more like on the neutral side, just because you don't necessarily go evil.
Target acquired.
Yeah.
Target spotted.
You can be a good person and join the Zentrum. You might just be like
Target spotted.
I'd say it's pretty rare, but it'd be kind of like a smuggler or a negotiator or something like
check
that.
that,
You might not
and then,
necessarily
I'll
be
take-
someone who likes and enjoys killing. You might just be
Looks like
doing
they're
it for the
running
money.
that
You definitely wouldn't be like lawful good, but I could see someone who's chaotic good doing it,
Not that-
or maybe neutral good doing it.
A lot.
New target
Yeah, she's more
acquired.
neutral by definition, for sure. I don't see her being a good character, Dawn.
Spotted.
So yeah, I guess that was our conversation tonight. People are gonna see the freaking killing over.
New target acquired.
Last night.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
We talked about supernovas
New
and
target acquired.
Need
alignment.
assistance.
Alliance.
Target spotted.
Yeah.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
So, good night, guys.
UAV activated.
Alright,
New target acquired. New target
assistance.
acquired.
Alright. I should probably go to bed too. I gotta work tomorrow.
All right.
New target
Yeah, have a good
acquired.
night then.
Need assistance.
You too.
New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
New target
Spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted. Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Sorry. Target spotted.
Destroyed.
Target spotted. Thanks.
New target acquired. Acquired.
The enemy has chip away. Stay frosty.
Destroyed.
Need assistance.
Critical damage. Center dorsal critical damage.
Enemy
Medium
forces
pulse
at
laser
75%.
destroyed. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Warning incoming missile.
Need assistance.
Medium
Target
pulse
spotted.
laser destroyed.
Don't let the hostiles take down any more of you.
Artillery strike.
Damn. Am I all alone? I'm all alone again. Alright. Turn that off. I can focus a little bit more on the streams now. Yeah, I figure tonight's like kind of casual. Play D&D with friends and then just chilling out. Mondays are like my night off kind of thing, but I still stream. Let's see here. This guy's got quite a bit of jets, right? 5 jets? 5 jets is pretty good. Alright. I might make a StarCraft video on the statistics. Right? And try to go over a few things. I need to push that out a little bit more. Bones, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I turned the I was streaming Dungeons and Dragons. I turned the Mechwarrior on maybe about an hour ago. Today's my off day, so we just have fun.
They're going towards that.
We hold Echo for Delta 4.
4 Fox 4, yeah. 'Cause they're just gonna push right
Target
into our
spotted.
backside.
Yep, there they are, Delta 2. There was 2 heavies.
Target spotted.
2 heavy, medium.
It could be interesting, Bones. I would like to see them get rid of the give your partner resources
Yeah, there's a
kind of stuff.
Airstrike online.
It just doesn't feel good. The get resource dumping to your friend.
Target
spotted.
acquired.
It's a nice little option for like casual play,
Lot
but
of
for
them
competitive
behind.
play,
New
I
target
don't know.
acquired.
Not really my thing. I'm sure people can go with
New
whatever they
target
feel is
acquired.
good.
Target spotted.
Is good.
Maybe.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted.
You guys are in there shooting.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Already in the canyon with them.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
He's got
Yeah, get on this. I need to know.
Target spotted.
New
Target spotted.
target acquired. Airstrike
Target
online.
spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Need assistance. Target spotted.
New target acquired. Airstrike activated.
Target spotted.
New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted. We're experiencing some losses.
Damn. A lot of these matches are very one-sided. It feels like I'm in a good position, but then I get overrun, and then I see half my team dying. Let's see. Did this guy go faster? Let me see. Only up to 385. What they need to do is just fix, they need to revert the balance really badly, in my opinion. Ballistic 1, ballistic 3. 3 over here and then 1 here. Let's see. This thing is very, very heat efficient. I can just sit there and keep firing. Maybe I'll try him out. Reminds me of the old Marauder 2C I used to use. Wait a minute. I need these. More so. Oh. Ah.
spotted.
Don't know what that guy was doing.
Target spotted.
Well, they thought our team wasn't over here.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
New target acquired.
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired. Target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Critical
Assistant.
damage. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Need assistance.
Right torso critical damage. Right arm critical damage.
I'm almost dead now because of that. Is that a stealth streak mech or something?
Right torso critical damage. New target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. Artificer online.
Target spotted.
Right heat level critical. Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Target spot. Sorry. Target spotted. Target spot.
Target acquired. Target acquired.
flamers. I never see anybody ever use flamers, so that's interesting. Decent damage. I thought I died pretty early that game, but good damage. Okay. It's a little late. It's 1 a.m. I think I'm going to stop here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the off gaming. We'll be back on schedule with lots of StarCrafts tomorrow and through the remainder of the week. Alright, we'll catch you guys later. So peace out.